Hi everyone, welcome to Midlife Christie. It's been a long time since I've filmed. I didn't have that many videos to begin with, but I don't know if I lost confidence or I wasn't able to film, and so I was like, well, this is going to look really stupid after skipping so many times, and so I just was like, well, whatever, I'm just going to stop. Sorry if you hear my cat in the background. He apparently needs attention right now, and he's not getting it. So ignore the old lady man screaming in the background. Um, I am back for 2026. I'm still a little bit late to the game, but I am dedicated to filming and posting so that everyone can see. Everyone loves to see other people's budgets, and I love to share my budget, and I love to talk to my coworkers about budgets. I am so excited about budgeting, and there's a lot that's different if you've watched any of my old videos or if you go back after seeing this one for the first time. We've gotten rid of a lot of debt. Um, there were sacrifices that were made, and it's not really sad, but I'm not really like I'm not a vain person, but we had a couple different. I could probably show you. We have a truck. We had, where did I put it? We had a Corolla and a trailer. Not a Corolla. We have a Corolla now. We had a RAV4, and we had a lot of debt with all of those. So this was the original goal. This here is when we bought the Ram, and we had already finished paying off the RAV4. So we had the Ram and we had the trailer. Well, I decided, let's sell the RAV4. I'll get something rinky dinky because I don't really care about what I drive. And so we bought a 2021 Toyota Corolla. And then we used the extra money because I sold the RAV4 for decent money. And then we paid off the trailer. And so now the only debt we have is the Ram at this point. We don't keep any consumer debt, try not to. We have a good amount of a buffer to get by if we decide to be a little bit squirrelier than we should. But I have a new budget binder. Before I was just using the monthly planner from Erin Condren. And I really, really loved it, but I really wanted something that was more specialized to me. So I'm going to show you a couple things that I've done. I don't have anything for sale, but I wouldn't mind sharing if you want it. So first off, when we open them, I don't really have any decorations. Like, I love watching these aesthetic girls and their binders, but it's not me. I don't know how to do that, but I love watching it. So please continue doing what you do. I have this really nice paperclip that I found on the floor at work, so I took it because it's huge. So I drew this. First off, a couple things at the beginning is one of my 2026 goals is to read the Bible. And so I have this. I will color in the books appropriately as to what they pertain to as I get through it. And then I have my reading journal, and I've made myself a couple trackers. Here's my to be read. Here's my reading goal tracker. I've already finished. Some of these were already started in December, but I finished them in January, so I counted them as January. And I will just continue to track these. I'm trying to read more this year too. I haven't been very good about it. So yeah, I made all of the stuff that I'm going to show you. I made in Canva myself, obviously with whatever art was on there, but I made it. I put it together. So we have my to be read, my reading goal tracker. I'm also going to make a virtual bookshelf. I guess not a virtual bookshelf, but like the bookshelf on paper, like this one, and I'll have that denote if it was a physical book, if it was a ebook, or if it was a audiobook. And I like to use Libby, usually depending on what books I want. It really doesn't take me very long to get the books and be able to read them or listen to them. Or if I go to the available now section, I can usually find some pretty good stuff that is available with nobody waiting. And then I'll read that until something I want comes available. And if I really like the other one, I'll finish it or yeah, whatever. This is my full year. I can write notes. I haven't done it. I was honestly like, I was waiting until I actually got to sit down and film this before I started filling this in. But right now, I'm just showing you my binder. And I can give you, I guess, also a quick glimpse of the first 2 paychecks that my husband and I have received since the beginning of the year. But so each month, I bought these. Can you see it? There's January, February, March. I bought a whole 12-month set from Etsy just so I had something that was, it's cute, small. If I wanted to fit them all in here, I will, but I think just for the thickness sake, I'm going to keep it at 3 months at a time. So each month we'll have a dashboard. And then I also have figured out how to do an A5 size double-sided. So I have my dashboard. I have my full month layout with a notes section. And then I also have my monthly budget overview. And then I could have made a paycheck overview, but I decided that I really still like writing them out by hand. I made myself new checking registers and Amex registers for tracking expenses and where they go. Yes, we do use a credit card, but we use it for the miles and it's paid off. So everything that can go on the credit card goes on the credit card, but it's also accounted for in the checking so that when we pay this, it's the money is in the checking account. So it's all there. Blank pages for later, and then I also keep a note section for myself so I write down stuff so I don't forget, because sometimes I'll be like, oh no, what happened to that money? Oh, where did I transfer that money? I don't know. So I did that. February. This one I haven't printed out the new one yet. So this is actually a full sticker page, like a label, and I printed it on there and then I unstuck it and put it on here. So I will be redoing those. And then here's March. And then as we go back, we get into, just so I have a list of all the monthly bills, what day they are due, if they're coming from the checking account or if they're charged to the American Express. That way, when I go through and put them on the checking register, I make sure I don't include what is coming out of the American Express because if I take it out here and then I also do Amex payoff, like a notation for paying off the American Express, I double took out whatever it was, storage or U of U medical payment or my Experian. Here's my recurring expenses that goes monthly as well as yearly here. So that'll have like our registration, our Delta, because with the Delta, we have a Delta Platinum card and we get a companion ticket. But the fee is also like $350, which I do account for that in my sinking funds. So we'll get to that. So sinking funds and savings. So Marcus is our high yield savings account. That keeps all of the stuff that typically we don't touch if we don't have to, because obviously it's building the most interests. I want it to stay in there. Anything that is in the our regular bank account savings is over here, and that's stuff that is typically taken out and put in over and over and over, just because the savings on that is buckus. I have made all of these. These are all by hand, and they're just my little trackers, just to keep. I guess it would be the same thing. I don't cash stuff, so everything is electronic. But I like to keep it all on paper, so I know what's in there. So it'd be like the equivalent of you having your little trackers in your envelopes, just so you know what money has come in, what money has gone out. So we have all of our registration stuff, camper, there's our Delta right there, my nursing license, camping, Christmas, Chuck. Now, Chuck is my cat that I was telling you about. He has a variable account. That's where like all of his food and litter and stuff comes from. And then savings is where anything medical and stuff comes out of, as well as I know eventually I'm going to have to put him down. And, putting animals down is one of the hardest things ever. But unfortunately, it also costs a good amount of money, depending on how much money you want to put forth to, like if you want their ashes or anything like that. So I already have that money kind of put aside. Um, as far as emergency vet goes for him, like he's 17, he's old. Um, I probably won't take him to the emergency vet if something happens. Um, it'll just be his time at that point. He's diabetic. Ugh. Anyway, so then here's everything else. Just everything. We have $1,000 in our emergency fund. We did have to take some from it, but yeah, it's okay. Texas travels. My husband's kids live in Texas with their mom, and we pay. It just barely started at the beginning or at the end of summer last year, but we pay every month for them to come home to visit. Luckily, every time it's been for a good amount of time, like all over Christmas and New Year. But sometimes it's just going to be Friday to Monday, depending on school schedule. But there's also going to be times that we just send Jake out there for a Friday, Saturday, see him, hug him, hang out, and then come home because this is expensive. Like the plan is plane tickets are like 1,200, 12 to 1,500 a piece, and that's because it's 2 round trip tickets plus we also have to pay an unaccompanied minor fee. So this is the other reason some of this stuff is really hard to talk about because like I have feelings towards a lot of it, but this is another reason that we can't really carry a bunch of debt because that's that much money a month that we have to make sure we put aside so that we can pay for tickets and not be in debt. Okay. Oh, and then I would like to show you my savings challenges that I made myself on Canva. First off, I asked ChatGPT to make me a cactus with other little cactuses of various sizes mixed in with it. So that way I could make little smaller and larger amounts of cacti. So isn't this stinking adorable? ChatGPT and Canva are literally one of my favorite things right now. So I've started saving that already. I did $30 there. I made this one as well. The instructions are here. I use just a regular deck of playing cards. I asked Siri on my phone to give me 3 random numbers between 10 and 20. And that's where I got the values for that. So I didn't have to come up with it. What else? Oh, and that's just my tracker for it. And then this is my debt payoff tracker. This will be nice because I'll be able to see what the current balance is, how much payment, and then how much the actual balance is after principal / interest and whatnot. So, and then this old tracker, which obviously I haven't kept up with. But we have more than just the truck. I do have a medical bill that I have to pay for, an MRI, which I did the half of it, and I actually have to pay the rest coming up here soon, and also a medical payment plan for an ultrasound. And then, unfortunately, the plan is that I'm probably going to have my a scope done on my jaw, which is like some people will have scopes done on their shoulder or on their knees, which they go in with like these cameras and these tools, and they go and they clean out all of the stuff that's making the joint angry. And it's for my jaw. It's for my my TMJ. And hopefully by doing this, I can hopefully not have to worry about um, having a TMJ replacement, which is horrible and sometimes they're not successful. So I'd like to avoid that as much as possible. But my jaw like pops every time it opens, and that's not good because that means that my joint is starting to fail. And we really don't want that. Anywho, I made this on Canva as well. And this will help me track and just watch the numbers go down. And then I just have a whole bunch of extra paper. But I just wanted to give you an idea of this. And then I'll come back and I will give you a rundown of January's monthly overview, and we'll do the first 2 paychecks, or I'll just go through it with you guys. If you stayed through this whole thing, thanks for watching. If you have any comments or ideas, or you want to tell me how much you love my cute little things that I made, let me know. I would really appreciate it. And I hope that you stay, and I hope that you want to come and hang out, because I think I'm going to do a lot better at this than I did before. I can feel it. So, anywho, thanks for staying. I already know that my husband's going to watch this. It's a given. He supports me. I love him. Anywho, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for coming. Bye.